organic section in the supermarket is growing constantly, with new products popping up with an organic label and an even bigger price tag to match.
But is it worth forking out the extra cash when Australia has some of the strictest pesticide regulations in the world and organic produce is not entirely free of pesticides? Joining us, Weekend Sunrise nutritionist Sarah D. Lorenzo. Good to see you this morning. What's the difference between the two, and how do we know if we're getting the genuine product here?
OK, so when you're looking at buying organic food, it hasn't got anything genetically modified, it's got no artificial chemicals in it, but as you said, it still does use pesticides, unlike non-organic or conventional, which does use all of those. As well, it uses things like fungicides and fertilisers as well. Now, as you mentioned, it is so important to understand this is so heavily regulated in Australia. The Australian Food Standards Code is so high that the chemicals used in farming are really trace and not harmful to humans. You are paying 30 to 50% more.
Significant.
Significant. And also a study was done looking at the difference in the nutrients between organic and non-organic, and it is not that significant. It's not like a huge difference. So it's quite minimal between the quality of the nutrients. How you're knowing you're buying organic in Australia is really important, because you need the Australian Certified Organic logo. That word organic can just be used anywhere. So there's, as you can see, there's a logo on the fruit and veg on the podium on the right.
Okay,
yes.
So ultimately probably not worth the extra expense from what you're saying. What's the difference between organic dairy and meat? Is that the same as fruit and veg?
So with organic dairy and meat, it is very similar when you look at the nutritional panel.
This is what we have over here.
Yeah, this is what we have here in the podium 3. So when you're breaking down the meats, it is with organic meat, it has been farmed, the animals are treated humanely. It's there's no hormones in there or antibiotics in there, unlike conventionally farmed meat, and that flows on to eggs and dairy as well. But even when you look at things like processed meat, it's got chemicals in them as well, and those chemicals are what lead to carcinogens that are in those kind of meats there.
All comes down to taste, though, and I guess the big difference between organic and stuff that's more mass-produced. What's the difference?
In taste?
Yeah.
Well, in huge taste. What, do you guys want to have a taste test right now?
Yeah.
So anytime we can eat on television, we love it.
So people basically, they absolutely go on about the taste of organic being fabulous. So I have got Exhibit A and Exhibit B here for you guys to taste.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to try this first here and tell me, do you really think... Now, you don't know which one that is, and I'm not going to tell you to the end. So I want you to tell me if you... Okay, so trying that one there. Okay, so... can put that one down here, drop that one there, and we'll see, is it really worth the money you're going to be paying?
Try this one?
This one here. And you've got to think about it.
I'm hopeless at these things.
Yeah, so now which one do you think has more flavour? It's about more flavour and a lot more taste.
More flavour, that one.
This one.
Second one.
Okay, that was the organic one.
This is organic? Oh, so there we go. Maybe it is worth it.
That's pretty instant, isn't it?
That was the Royal Gala apples. I used 6 of each, and I used non-organic and organic. Exactly the same recipe, made exactly the same way.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's fascinating. So, yeah, if you're after flavour, environmental reasons, social reasons, it comes down to your budget, family, what you want to choose to feed your family.
I think I need to do more research on this.
I'll do the talking because it's quite chewy. So we'll do that. Sarah, lovely to talk to you again.
Thank you for having me.